All right, this week we're going cover to cover on Too Old for This by Samantha Downing. I'm Sarah Lyles.
And I'm Jamie Livingston, and we are so approachable. This book, I just want to say, met my expectations, like lived up to it. It was exactly what, well, maybe not exactly what, I think it went beyond what I was expecting.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if that is necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but it was definitely what I was hoping for.
It was a thing, quite a few of them.
Yes. So maybe we should start with our 3 words. What do you think?
All right. I have unsettling, ruthless, and gruesome.
I have outrageous. Just outrageous. Flat out, hands down, outrageous.
Every single chapter got more outrageous than the next. I agree.
I just didn't see it coming all the way up until the end. And I was like, wait, what? No, stop.
We'll get to the end in a little bit because I think I text you like that's how it ends, but.
Yeah. Okay, so we meet Lottie, which I've said I love because that's my 2-year-old daughter's name. And so that was one of the reasons why I was looking forward to this book, because you have this cute old lady named Lottie. She's 75. And we learn she is a retired serial killer.
All right. Well, first of all, how are you a retired serial killer? Like, I feel like once you're a serial killer, you're always a serial killer. And, I mean, case in point.
Right.
Yeah.
But it feels like she did have quite a hiatus.
Sure.
And the only reason she picked her hammer back up... or the umbrella.
Wasn't it like the claw?
Yes.
Yes.
The only reason she did that was because somebody was digging into her serial killer past.
Right.
So it seemed like she had turned a leaf. I mean, it said that she was poor. She didn't really have a ton of money to do stuff. She could have come up with ways to get money that were bad and evil, but she was just getting by on her Social Security.
It was something. I enjoy, I love thrillers, and this was definitely in that scope of thriller. It hit a little gruesome on some points that I was very surprised.
Yes. Very gruesome, detailed. So we had talked about this. I have family in town visiting, and I wanted my sister to sit in on this podcast episode with us. Because in our Bookalicious episode, I had said, originally I wanted to do this podcast with my sister.
Right.
And so she's in town. I wanted her to read this book with us. And last night I was kind of giving her the synopsis, and she just, her jaw hit the floor. And she was like, are you insane? Why on earth would I ever read a book like that? Because I was detailing how she coshed this lady over the head with an umbrella and then shoved the body in the freezer and then chopped it up into little pieces and put it in
and labeled it
packaged meat and then burned them all and made sure there was no evidence. And she was just like, what?
Well, burned everything but the finger, right?
Right. But I mean, that's smart to be able to access the phone if it was, it's better than keeping an eyeball or facial recognition.
I know. It was something. All right. So we get right into it. Chapter 2, I actually was looking back. End of chapter 1, she kills her with the umbrella.
Right.
And so this is Plum Dixon. Now we're entered Plum Dixon in this whole scenario. She goes to talk about her past to kind of it sounds like she wants to vindicate her.
Right.
And so did you think that's truly what she wanted to do?
So, I love the idea of the documentary as a journalist. I would love to work on one of those and where you're doing the deep dive. And so Plum Dixon coming around and wanting to do something on what it's like to be falsely accused, wrongly accused, and the life that she's lived after that. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And she did seem pretty tenacious in that she's like, well, I'm doing this either way. I would love to have you in the story. Again, as a journalist, I've had those stories where it's like, all right, I'm running this story, whether or not you contribute, whether or not I have your statement or your soundbite, it would be a lot better if I did, and then you could have your say. But when the person decides that they don't want to contribute, you put that in the story and say, we reached out to so-and-so, and they refused to comment. They declined to comment.
Right.
So there's a difference between declined to comment and, we couldn't get a hold of them.
Right.
So, like, just semantics of that, like, that's very possible, and that it happens all the time. People don't want to do the interview.
Oh, yeah.
And so I did kind of see it coming. I mean, it's funny because the end of that chapter says, and she didn't even see it coming. Like, she is grabbing an umbrella that has, like, a big hard handle on the end. And I'm just like, oh.
I think of, like, a Mary Poppins, like, you know.
Yeah, like the elaborate animal at the bottom. Yes. That I was just like, oh, that's how we're doing things these days. It really made me curious as to her past.
Yeah.
And we do learn about several of the people that she's killed along the way.
Right.
And they were all so random. Mm-hmm. And that's where it's hard to see her as, I mean, yes, a serial killer just means that you, like, killed more than one person.
Well, it feels more intentional. The word serial to me, like, okay, I intended to go after this person. The way I think of it, like, they're killing for the thrill of it.
Right. And they normally have a style.
Right.
Like, I strangle every person.
No, she didn't have a style.
This. And hers was just all over the place. And it was like, oh, this man was rude to me in the grocery line. Like, does that make you think twice about being rude to people in public? Like,
well, the world we live in, yes.
Like, are you kidding me? And I think that was one of the reviews that we read. The, like, 1-star review that I had was like, everybody else was rooting for her, and I was not. Like, she was murdering people for being rude. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, you're right. She definitely had no true reason. There was no, like, Robin Hood complex here. This was just straight up, like, get out of my way.
Yeah. And so for me, Plum was in her way, coming to, like, I'm going to pull your past up and try to help you. I feel like Plum really was, like, going in, like, I'm going to try to do something good. But then she was like, nope, I can't have my past pulled up.
Right. And so that did seem a little tricky in that, honestly, killing her, I'm just confused as to what she thought was going to be accomplished. Because if you kill one person, she had to be working with other people.
Yeah.
And, like, they knew about her research, and so there was going to be a trail to cover. If she's working on this project, she's the producer, like, there's got to be another researcher or her video person that knew where she was going. I mean, we find out it was her boyfriend was tracking what she was working on.
Right.
And so when he shows up, what did you think was going to happen? Good old Cole.
Good old Cole Fletcher. I mean, I had seen, like, oh, she's going to kill him. Like, here it goes, because she already has to kill to cover up that track. Well, now she's going to have to kill again to cover up that track. Like, there's got to be no rhyme or reason.
Right. And so I kept laughing, which is probably, like, my newsroom humor and just like, oh, this is awful. I'm going to just laugh it off. But she was like, I'm getting too old for this. Murder is exhausting. Like, she's doing all of this physical work, talking about using a wheelbarrow to get her into the chest freezer.
I mean, really, the whole description of her chopping up these bodies, like grinding these bodies, like burning, I was exhausted just reading it.
Right. It kind of took me back to Remarkably Bright Creatures, and how the kid who was filling in for Tova was like, how did this 75-year-old woman do all of this? And I'm in pain, and, like, this is hard.
Yeah.
There's something just about these grannies, man.
They're women. That's what it is. They're women. Have we not learned that women are, like, can handle anything?
So Cole shows up, and I was curious if she was going to kill him. She doesn't.
Right.
And, like, tries to lead him off the chase, and then targets him.
Right. And tries to, like, set it up to make it look like, oh, well, I mean, he got that question, I can't remember, through a detective, I think, that was like, how's your relationship? And so then she was like, oh, I'm going to use that, and I'm going to follow that trail. And so I'm like, that was smart of her. But at the same time, I still thought she was going to kill him.
Well, and in the meantime, she's going to bingo and hanging out with her church ladies and just, like, living it up.
Yep.
I just, everything about this, I was laughing. I was like, this is insane.
Well, was it around this time was it right after Plum's death that she picked up the walker, or was it a little bit further on?
I feel like it was, well, she was very sore after all of the physical
right.
labor of chopping and...
But yet she was still going to the grocery store without it because there was that footage of between. So
Well, Kelsey saw her in the store without it.
Right.
Yeah. I think maybe it was after Kelsey's death that she actually started
who knows?
using it more frequently because
She probably needed it.
Needed it. Like, she's in a lot of pain. Like, of course you are. I don't blame you for that. So you get the police coming over and investigating, or at least talking to her as the last person who saw Plum Dixon alive.
Right.
So what do you think about the twist with Kelsey?
Oh, man.
Extortion. I didn't see that coming.
Oh, no, I didn't see a lot of that's coming. I mean, really, I loved how, just to go back just for a minute, for I can kind of remember this, going back through when she was saying that technology was always going to, like, seek her out. Like, oh, I know that eventually this is going to come to full circle. And I love that kind of did. Yes.
Right. I mean, we can talk about it, but with Plum, she drove Plum's car to the airport.
Yes, which was smart.
Totally smart, and like kind of made the story that, oh yeah, she told me she was going to get out of town, and she didn't seem like a bus person, so I drove her to the airport. And I was like, okay, that seems pretty smart and intuitive. But also, she had said, like, I can't take my phone with me, and so she was leaving it at home, which... Kudos to her for knowing her directions and all of that stuff.
Sure, but she forgot it later on in the book, so she forgot about the technology killing her.
But she at least knew that she wasn't supposed to, and that she had accidentally had it in her bag.
Yeah, she just put it in her bag. No big deal.
But actually, like, stalking Kelsey and trying to find an opportunity to go after her.
I know.
I mean, coming after the old lady for $50,000 or however much it was.
Yes. She already told us she's poor. She doesn't have any money.
Right. I wish they would have told us why Kelsey needed the money.
Oh.
I feel like she just said, like, she's in need. Like, she can see that she's desperate for money. But we never learned why Kelsey was desperate for money.
That's true.
As a police officer, like...
That's a good point.
Resorting to crime. What was it that Kelsey was hiding? I was very confused.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Her
point.
death, though, I'm just like, what is she doing? Oh, she's staging her death in the bathroom. And so after she kills her with the hammer, drags her into the bathroom, and then slams her on the shelf in the shower to, like, make that injury more prominent.
I know. I really was thinking about this, like, another human body. Like, it's one thing to, like, help someone else up, but dead weight.
Oh, yeah.
That is really intense. And this 75-year-old woman picking up this body to slam a head. Like, I was even thinking about, like, this umbrella, like, how much force. Like, she had to be in good shape.
Yeah. And I think... it has to have been after that one that she started using the walker.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
Actually carrying her and heaving her into the tub and standing her up to stage this all, and then having to do the cleanup and everything, like, that was intense. She related it back to a previous killing because she killed Gary.
Didn't that start how all of this started, right? Yes, okay. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Gary was the first.
Oh, well.
I don't know if we actually ever found out what the whole gamut was, because it sounded like there was quite a few. But Gary was like a one-night stand.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Which she got pregnant from.
Yes.
Because that's who her son... That's
correct.
Her son's father.
Her son, Archie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, like, she kind of put those pieces together, and it was like...
It took a while to put those pieces together.
Does Archie know where his dad is or whatever happened? The fact that she murdered him?
Of course he doesn't.
What?
There's no way.
Right. It's insane. But she was talking about how the sound that a head makes is just like the sound that a bat and a ball makes, and, like, that was her dad's way of getting out. His anger was going into the batting cage, and... she got the same relief or that same high from people's skulls. It was so dark.
It's so dark. I think I skimmed over that and didn't I digest that until you just said that, like how dark that is.
Yep, she was talking about that and how like skin makes a popping sound. Like there were so many things that were just like.
And mind you, this was your pick.
I know. But that's where like in some weird, twisty way, I really enjoyed it. I mean, her perspective, it was kind of the same as Joyce from Thursday Murder Club and how you're in this old lady's head and like, I don't know. I enjoyed her voice and the way that she processed things because it was really outlandish. Mm-hmm. Like it just was not on like the same level as society.
Oh, no.
She was out there. She had her own issues.
To say the least.
All right, so Kelsey's dead.
Yes.
And now she gets another knock on the door, and who is it this time?
That was Norma, right?
Norma.
Right. Norma Plum's mom.
Yeah.
Yes. And that whole thing with Norma, like, the whole thing, like the house, would she like bang into her door? Was that like door frame, door, whatever? And like just that whole scene, I was like, that was so intense.
Well, I feel like they had a couple conversations and like that were decent.
Yeah.
Or like and Norma kind of came around a couple times or they ran into each other. Like it was all very confusing.
Like so, when Norma came and like drugged her and then tied her up, I was like, wait, where did that come from?
Right.
Like what happened? What evidence did she find? Did she find the finger that they were going to use for the church? I mean, the whole church.
That was ridiculous. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. Did not need to be in the book, but trying to come up on the fly with a reason for why you would have a decrepit pinky or
that
whatever.
You have to keep frozen.
Right. Oh, it's for the church play. It's from the Book of Judges or whatever.
and then when they go to church, she's like, with the finger, and she's because it was like the Morgan, the fiance.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow. Like,
not our church. It's actually another church. Don't you know that play? Yeah.
This is why we don't tell lies, kids, because you got to tell another lie to keep her up the other lie. And I guess that's how she looked at killing.
Who did you think was at the door when it was Morgan that showed up?
I did not think it was Morgan. Why? Why would I think it was Morgan?
Right. And at that point, I don't know. I was suspicious that maybe Morgan knew something. I don't like.
Oh,
I was trying to figure out why she was coming, and the wedding stuff totally makes sense. Throughout the book, I was a little suspicious of Archie, her son. Like he probably had some sense that his mom was crazy, and so I didn't know if he was kind of behind it all and trying to like get her caught or
were you like trying to pull in there? You're
like
saying all this, and I'm thinking of the third perfect divorce coming out and the child going against their parent.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's possible.
I just thought that it might have been him like connecting dots of his childhood and all of that. So there was part of me, and all the descriptions of his job were pretty vague.
Right.
Like, he works as an attorney, but, like, he's just always in the office. And, again, it just felt a little shady or mystical. Like, I just didn't know what was happening with him. And so it felt like he could have been in cahoots with the detective or something.
Sure.
So the fact that the detective was kind of had fingers in everything and was like coaching Norma and had been the one that gave Plum all of the information.
Right.
Like that was a twist for me. I definitely didn't see that coming.
Right.
I figured that she was a good journalist and like was able to find out or like do the hunting and digging. So the fact that it was like handed to her on a platter. Also, I feel like Lottie asks him at the very end, like, if you were so serious and like so dead set on who I was, why did you send this young girl to my house to talk about this?
Because you knew I'd kill her.
Right.
And then you send your son.
Right.
I mean, how dumb are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised about the son.
It just feels like he should have come up with a different way. But he said that he thought that Lottie would actually speak. And maybe that she would trip up or slip up in her old age or something. I don't.
You thought she was senile or something?
Right.
Well,
And
then
he's
why
like
didn't
10
he
years
come?
older.
But why didn't he come himself then?
Right.
I mean, you and your son come together or something.
Right. He's retired. Like, he could have made his own case or tried to get her to answer questions, or I don't know, maybe he wanted to have the proof if there was any evidence. I mean, she didn't leave any evidence behind, but if he did kind of set her up for this, I mean, he did have the mom put the camera in her house to try to catch her in something, and that was illegal.
Right.
So there's a lot of like shady.
Well, he was retired. He didn't care.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That kind of was confusing to me as to why he was still so obsessed with that, but it's like the case that got away. And so I can see him like stewing and dwelling on this for years and he was still just trying to find her because she disappeared. She changed her identity and moved. And so the one picture, like her downfall was
that Morgan posted.
Morgan.
And she's like, I should have known.
Right. And she was like, I have not had my picture taken. Even when she won in the bingo thing, she turned off and
Right.
like, no pictures, no pictures.
And how the internet is so vast, right? But yet it is quite amazing that we really can you could put a picture of anything on Google and it'll search the whole web for it.
Right. He had the facial recognition technology,
Yes.
which is pretty crazy that, well, I guess it would have recognized her face from the years ago. It's like it wasn't a current picture of her. It was a picture of her and her son.
Right.
Little. So I guess that would have been easier. Otherwise, I was like, how did a picture of her now?
No. Who knows? All right, so going back to Norma a little bit. So after she kills Norma, she takes the phone and is still texting with Dixon. Or not Dixon. Burke. Starts texting with him and then sets up the camera herself in a place that she's
starts
like
putting on a show.
Yeah. I mean, like, really, how did you feel about I thought it was smart of her, but how did you feel about it?
I thought she might trip up.
Oh.
Just that, like, she might accidentally walk by without the walker, or I didn't think she was going to, like, say anything incriminating, but I thot there may be a time that she, like, activated the camera that she wasn't really aware of. But I loved that she said she, like, put a red dot on the wall or something as she was walking by to remind her, like, hey, this is where the camera is. Like, don't do anything dumb.
Right.
So even in her old age, like, she's finding ways to, like, remind herself, hey, you got to put on a show here.
But I mean, she did. She put on a good show. Like, they were fighting and, like, that she was after her.
Or, and like, inviting her in for dinner and, like,
she's not even there.
Knock on the door. And,
she's already dead.
Right.
Yes.
That was all planned out. And the phone calls that she made to drive Norma crazy.
Yeah.
Like, she had pre-programmed a voice app to, like, say all these phrases to her over the phone. So even in her old age, like, she was using the technology.
She was quick-witted.
I mean, she got Morgan to help her with that app and to, like, figure stuff out. And then Morgan hooked her up with the taser.
Yeah.
That came in handy.
Sure did. She's
like, I should have been using this all along.
Why don't I have one of those? Truly.
I mean, there's something about a hammer hanging from your belt, but, man, a taser, that's fun.
But you got to get close. Well, I guess a hammer, you got to get close to it, too.
A little closer, yeah. Good golly. Oof.
No, thank you. All right, so then after he gets a little bit smarter, now Detective Burke sends his son a little bit later on. Again, like I said, I didn't see his son coming. Like, I didn't suspect his son to go down into that, I think it was like a motel.
Yeah, real seedy motel.
Right, very. Yeah.
That one definitely came out of the blue that it wasn't the old man.
Right.
I mean, and there's no way we could have predicted that.
Oh,
like,
no.
that doesn't.
There's no way.
Yeah,
But
that's
again,
not happening.
He's already going, oh, I know she killed Plum, so let me send my son.
Well, but they didn't know Plum was dead.
Well, that's true.
They thought that Plum was still alive, and so they wanted to meet up with her at the motel. And so they weren't expecting Lottie there.
They weren't expecting Lottie. They thought they were getting Plum.
They had just seen that Plum killed Lottie.
That's right.
That's
You're right.
what.
Yep.
And they were coming to help her clean
That's
it up
right.
or like take
Because
care
of
of it. So they
Norma's-
thought that Norma was alive and Lottie was dead. And so they were like, what did you do? Like,
Okay,
we've
yes.
got to
You're right.
clear our tracks because we're tied to
Pulling
you
the
now.
pieces, okay? You traumatized me a little bit, okay? It's been a little bit since we've had a really good.
I know.
I don't think we've read a gruesome one until now.
No, and this one, like every piece of it was gruesome.
Yeah, true.
So the scene that, like, I love that it said that Lottie acted it out multiple times, like practicing, and she was like sore from practicing, and then like gave it her best effort. And she was remarking on how like she recorded it on her phone to see the angles and like what it would look like, and that the first one was trash. And I was just like, well, I'm worried that now you have this evidence on your phone.
True.
And that, like, you saved that. So I don't know if that was on like the burner phone or her normal phone or somewhere in the cloud or
We know the
where
cloud's
that
your
went.
best friend.
Oh
so.
my goodness. The cloud hates me. It just hates me. So I did think that was really cool in the fact that she practiced and wanted it to be very theatrical. But I'm just curious as to whether that actually was realistic. But the conversations between Norma and Burke had shown that Norma was getting quite crazy and was taking things into her own hands. And so seeing that unfold wouldn't have been
True.
crazy or out of the question.
Right.
I felt like something. I thought that Lottie was going to get tripped up in those text messages because, like, she was texting her son and texting Burke and trying to keep those personalities straight and, like, doing all of that. And so I thought she was going to accidentally text the wrong person and have to, like, cover that up, kind of like the pinky or whatever finger it was. It had to be a pointer finger. But, like...
The finger. That's all I know. The frozen finger. The fact that she took her own finger next to the finger to give it, like, a lifelike, like, warmth.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Never thought about that.
But when she killed Norma, she just quickly did the finger and then went in and changed the settings.
Right.
Like, that's the way to do it.
Correct.
You don't need to keep the finger in the freezer.
I mean...
And then she just went and pulverized it and got rid of it.
No big deal. I mean, I just think about the smell of things.
Yeah.
And I think it does talk about that a little bit. And I was like...
It does?
Oh, the smells. All the smells.
Well, and like the burning, and she talks about how that's a smell that she absolutely hates or that is so bad and like you can't cover it up. And like it's a good thing she's got a little bit of property. Otherwise, like the neighbors would be smelling it. Like you can't clear that out of your house. I don't know. Like one candle or some cinnamon on the stove, it's not going to do it.
I'm like so confused. Like, where are you burning these? Like in your oven where you
She
bake
had a
the
wood
cookies?
stove.
I know.
But like still, I grew up with a wood stove and it is not a big thing. And I mean, granted, she's got little like packages of meat. I was really worried that when Morgan was cooking dinner,
She was going to accidentally eat the meat that was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Like,
that too.
oh, I just pulled some of these chicken cutlets out. And I'm like,
no, don't eat those.
oh, that's plum.
That's Plum's thigh.
Yeah, I was very worried that her fancy dinner was going to be some strange meat.
Some mystery meat there. You're right.
Yeah.
But she didn't, thank goodness.
So what about any of the other random killings along the way? So Gary, we learned, was killed in the shower.
Right.
She talked about one up in the cabin she rented in the woods.
Oh, I can't remember that name.
She was camping in the mountains, and some lost hiker came by asking for help and wanted to stay the night. And she just said she was so annoying and kept telling the same story about how scared she was and how lost she was. And she was like, can you stop?
Let me just kill you instead.
Like, I have listened to you for an hour straight, like, as we're washing dishes, and you, like, what more do you want from me? And she's like, oh, well, I just thought you would listen. This was a really scary time for me. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. And burns the place down.
I know.
Like, she killed her and then just burned down the cabin and got a refund for her Airbnb.
I don't know. She's crazy.
What?
I mean, I again, for being rude, for being annoying, and then, I mean, there is no rhyme or reason to her killings.
What was Gary's thing? He said something like, "You're older than I thought."
Yeah, he basically made a comment that made her feel
less than.
Yes, feel some sort of way. She didn't like it. So let me just kill you in the shower.
I did think it was funny. This book also, this is bringing out all of the books that we've read, but this one reminded me of Listen for the Lie. Because you know how our main character, Lucy, was always imagining ways to kill people?
Oh, yes.
I felt like Lottie was doing that.
Oh,
because she was kind of like, oh, yep, I could definitely do that to this person right now. But I'm not. Okay, but I could. Like, I feel like there was a lot of that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she just... Don't come around this old lady, okay?
Right. Like, be careful if you're selling Girl Scout cookies or something. You never know the house that you're walking up to.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I hope that Samantha Downing just thought of this story and, because it's intense. I mean, okay, so I do have a question that I am curious to know what you think. So we realize that she's a 75-year-old lady. Mm-hmm. She's, do you think age, what does her age play in this story? Is her age like a shield, a weapon? How do you think she uses it?
I think yes to both of those. Mm-hmm. I think she's definitely using it as a shield. That was the, I'm using my cane out in public, and, yep, I can't lift this by myself, and I'm sorry, I can't make it. My hip is hurting. So there was a lot of that. I mean, just the walking back and forth in front of the camera.
Yes.
And showing how tired and exhausted she was. And as a weapon, I think so, too. Like, the people that she killed were very unassuming.
Right.
I mean, killing Plum, she had no idea it was coming.
Right.
And had just turned around and was getting ready to show her something on her computer. Mm-hmm. So being this frail old lady, even though she knew that she had been accused of murder, I mean, she believed that she was not guilty of it. So I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, I think I agree with everything you said. I think really her age made this story way more interesting, right? Because I think okay, would I have thought the same about the book if it were some 25-year-old, 30-year-old kid? No, I wouldn't have, because she was able to use her age in a way that was weaponizing, oh, I'm just, let me just get you some tea. Mind you, I might just poison you along the way. And so there was so much trust, in the elderly feel of even Plum. I felt like she trusted her, and then she just whack, she's dead. And so I think she definitely used it to her advantage.
I do think that's an interesting question, though. Had she been younger, I mean, because clearly she did most of her killing as a younger person, 20s and 30s, probably into her 40s, and now she's taken kind of the 50s, 60s, some of the 70s off. But thinking about all the things that she did as a younger person, I mean, it sounded like there were dozens of people, because she talked about how the big ones, she listed Dahmer and several Gacy, and talked about how their counts were weak.
Yeah, no,
because they got caught. All these famous ones, didn't actually kill that many people because they were caught. She's like, you shouldn't get caught. It was how many people have you actually killed?
Correct.
How many do you think?
I mean, a lot. I mean, we learned of 7 or 8 that we learned of.
Right.
And there obviously were significantly more.
Because then, the investigator was looking at 3 specific ones, and I don't know that we learned how those 3 people died.
No. I mean, again, I think probably 12 or more, 20 maybe. I don't know.
One was a taxi driver or something. There was no ties. They weren't people that she knew. They weren't crimes of passion, or I guess they were crimes of passion, because that would be they were not premeditated. But then again, she was stalking Kelsey, so that was premeditated, and she was looking for an opportunity, and was this girl just goes to yoga and home. When am I supposed to kill her? I can't do it in my house. Too many people have died on this linoleum.
I mean, but don't use too much, baking soda, because it will mess it up.
Yeah, pull up the enamel or something.
Wow, it was okay. So then we get towards the end. where she's now using Burke's son's phone, texting with his dad, telling him he's on the way. And she's like, I'll be there, wherever. That's when it caught up to her. That's when technology caught up to her. Because I was like, I knew the minute when she pulled up and it was dark and the back door was unlocked, I was like, yep, he knows. Because this is too easy. And she kind of admits, like, this is too easy. Like, why is he not waiting up?
Right.
And so,
why are all the doors unlocked?
Yes.
The lights are off.
Correct.
Like, oh, no. Taser.
Yes. I know, but I was impressed that she even was that quick because
I was just picturing her getting up into, like, the big black truck and, like, just trying to, right, like,
way up there.
She's in pain. The ibuprofen isn't cutting it these days. Like, and then we also got the vibes that we got from Remarkably Bright Creatures about deciding to go into a senior facility.
Yep.
And like,
that's
am
true.
I ready for this? And her friends were like, no way, you still have tons of time. And so, like, again, the debate over, like, do I want to be a burden? I don't have family that's around me. Like, who's going to take care of me? I was just picturing, and I'm assuming she is going to live in one of those fun ones.
Right.
Like, she decided to go to Oak Manors or whatever, Oak Hill, whatever it was. Generic
She
old
did,
people
like,
home.
3 different...
Yeah. And I'm just curious, do you think she's done?
I mean, I don't know. I
Think
thought
somebody loses at bingo or they play a bad game of backgammon and she's going to lose it again?
a nurse calls her an old lady. I mean, seriously.
Right.
I mean, you do get a little bit less, like, patient when you get older. Your patience starts to linger and go, So I can imagine she's not done, but I can't imagine it getting easier for her ability to clean it up, especially if she's living in a community.
Well, right. You're going to have to get real creative.
Yeah, very. I mean, I thought actually at a couple times when she was visiting those places, I was like, oh, who's she going to kill here? Oh,
She's, like, scouting it out. Like, find those closets, find that backyard. Like, a patio would be nice to bury somebody. Or, like, that's what I was thinking. That's why she wants the patio.
She wants the easy access to the garden, not, It'd be hard to hide a body.
So do we think she's retired?
No, do you?
No.
Absolutely not.
No,
not at all.
So the ending of the book, you expressed that it ends like that. So what does that mean? What did you think of the ending?
I just felt like it was an open-ended ending, right? I don't love open ending. Not that I don't love Hallmark endings to where everything's, like, perfect. But I was like, that's how it ends. I wanted just, like, a little bit
Just
of...
one more murder?
Sure. Just close it out for the good, right? I mean, I guess I just expected it to end in a murder and done.
I just remember I was flipping through and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, you're going to finally kill Cole? Like, that's what it was shaping up as. Like, she went to grab the umbrella again, and then she was like, maybe not, and, like, put it back down. And I was like, oh, good golly. Like,
not today, maybe tomorrow.
Right. But then she does decide and, like, takes the advice from Burke about wanting to be remembered, which is why he had, like, dwelled on this case forever, because he wanted to, like, do something with his life and his career. And she's like, oh, well, maybe you're right. I'm not going to be remembered for anything. So why don't we do that documentary? Like, let's do it. And is now teaming up with Cole and the project that Plum was going to be doing. And she's like, we're not going to do it on me, but we're going to go do all these other cases. And now I get to just talk about murder.
Okay.
Right?
And she knows firsthand all about murder.
Yeah. So she's the perfect person. And I love the way that she packaged that and presented it as, like, her job opportunity. It was like, if you want to talk to these people, they're old now and they'll be a lot more comfortable. And that goes back to your question on whether it was a shield or a weapon. Like, yeah, like, it is a tool for sure.
Yes.
So now she can, like, pull this information out of these people.
An old woman talking to another old person about it, and maybe being behind like, I get it. Yep, I got it.
Yeah. What do you think about the sound when the head hit the floor?
Didn't it sound like a bat hitting a ball?
I mean, I was cracking up at the ending. I really thought that she was about to kill Cole and the book was just going to end. And I was like, oh my goodness. Again, Lottie, again. So I do appreciate that she decided to kind of change her ways, but maybe she's going to learn some tricks from these other people.
And maybe, just maybe, her talking about it will fill the thrill.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
it
think
will.
so. I mean, I think that was kind of what she was implying, was that she'll get her fix by just talking about it and won't have to actually do the physical labor because you know what? She's too old for that.
I'm too old for even think about it. I mean, really, it is intense. I'm like, it was a lot.
Yeah. What do we think about the book cover?
I really like this book cover. I was thinking about like, okay, exactly the hammer. It's exactly the claw hammer that I imagine. You see her little old gray hair in her little sweater, and then she's got a black glove on. I like the cover a lot.
I loved this cover. And that was definitely when I saw Geneva Rose recommending it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go find out what this is. Like, this is a silver-haired old lady clearly wearing her garden gloves, like driving gloves. I don't know. They're kind of a mix between the both. But, like, she's got her act together.
Right.
I did, however, see a second cover for this.
Oh.
And it is bright red and a lot, like, more cheerful. It is it's cartoony.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah, right. It's kind of weird. But that one, I think it was the UK cover.
Okay.
And it said, because old people don't just solve murders, was the tagline. So I think it was really playing off of Thursday Murder Club, because that's a British book as well. And so I think that was kind of the goal. It had her in like a bathrobe, kind of looking over her shoulder, and you saw like a pair of legs with like high heels and blood underneath them.
Oh, I don't like that cover. It doesn't sound like it would be fitting.
I wouldn't have been as excited about it with that cover.
It's interesting to me that I'm finding that the UK has very different covers in several of the books that we've done. Like, why? I wonder why. I mean, whatever the poll is do they think differently than us? Do they,
Right.
I don't know.
Or do they have different standards? Like, could this not have been there?
That's
like,
true.
That's too much of like a realistic weapon, or
with a human being holding a hammer, right? Yeah, that's
I don't know what their guidelines are.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
I don't know, but I loved this book cover.
Yep, I like it too.
Do you want to go first?
Oh, sure. I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. I was very surprised by this book. All right. I read it like, all right, okay, I read the back. We did the TLDR, and I thought, okay, an old lady killing a person or two. No. It was way more than that. I really thought, okay, she's 2 to 3 murders, tops. Well, no. Here we keep going. And then we learn about her past. We learn about all the killings that she's done. And even like the surprise of Archie's dad, like that just was full circle. And so for me, I enjoyed this book. I enjoyed getting back into thriller land. There was some parts in the middle that I felt like were long. Like it felt like I guess it was necessary for the storyline, but I could have taken them out and still gotten like the full picture of Old Lady Killer Land, right? And so I'm like, oh, it was so good. I could have left that out because I didn't love that part or whatever. So, but I mean, it was a good thriller. It was a quick read. It kept me entertained. And so, like I said, I was like, come on, end it. Just one more kill. Why not? I mean, just put the nail on the head, literally, okay? And so I would give it a solid 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So I liked it. What about you?
Solid 4. Okay. I really enjoyed this book, and it really made me laugh. And I did think that it was a fast read. It was one that it was a page turner for me because I just was like, you've got to be kidding me at the end of every chapter, and was like, what is she going to do next? What is she going to do next? Is she going to slip up? And how is she going to fix that? Oh, a finger fell out of her freezer. How is she going to fix that? Like, it just felt like she was trying to cover her tracks and then realizing, like, oh, I forgot that. Oh, no, how can I say that why was I at this person's house when I wasn't supposed to be there? And I enjoyed that. It was very much a puzzle and trying to watch somebody. I mean, like we said, you tell one lie and you have a whole web to spin. So that's trouble. So this book was a very beautiful woven web. Like, it was just insane.
I'm not sure I'd use the word beautiful, but okay.
I mean, it was very intricately done.
Okay,
and so it just kept me going. One of the questions that I came across that's just a generic book club question is, what kind of reader do you think would enjoy this book the most? And I loved it. And then I sat down and was talking with my sister, and she just looked at me like I had 3 heads. And from this conversation, like, I truly understand why she was looking at me like that, because yes, this book was twisted, demented, like, just out there. So if that's not your jam, like, you're a normal person. So I don't know what I am. I'm giving this like a 4.8.
Oh,
like,
I love it.
Up there. There's nothing that, like, I hated. I liked the gore, or like, it wasn't scary, because that's what, like, you get me into scary thrillers that are like suspenseful, and this just came out of the blue. I wasn't worried about anything. It just happened. So that's maybe why I like it, because I'm not a suspense person. Suspense is like, that's what makes me anxious, and I'm like, I don't want to turn the next page. And this one, I was like, what could come flying at me next? I have no idea. Part of me, so I recommended this book to our friends at Bookalicious because they've done several of the same granny fiction books as us.
Yes.
And I was like, I've got another one for you. And I think this would be a fun one to go chapter by chapter, or like, because they do the
section by section,
like, really lengthy reviews of them. And so I think it would be really funny to listen to their theories.
Oh, that's true.
Throughout this book, because
yes,
you don't even know how many people have died.
Well, you don't know who's dying next,
right?
Or who's coming next, right? Like,
yeah. I very much enjoyed this, and so if you're not a crazy person, I hope you enjoyed this book and this journey with us as well.
You know, it's funny you say that. I didn't think about, like, it not being, like, I like a little bit dark mystery, and there was none of that at all. It was like, oh, yeah, she's going to pull out the claw hammer and just go ahead and off them.
Right. It just came and hit you out of nowhere.
And it wasn't long. It was never drawn out death. It was very quick.
Nope, she's already dead, and she was dead, so I needed to make a better wound.
It was nuts. Okay, it was nuts. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. What did she do with Norma? What happened with Norma's body? Oh, she was in the hotel room when it burned down?
Because she was in her house, right? They were in her house. She left. Did she take her body to the hotel when she burned it? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. What did she do with Norma? She freezed her and cut her up too.
I think she burned. She burned her.
Okay. Like, so there's
her rhyme or reason. She burns the bodies at some point, right? There's her one same thing she does to everybody else.
Right. But there can't be a body left over.
Which body was it that she taped?
Norma had to come. She brought a couple things that were Norma's. Her teeth.
Yeah.
She brought her teeth and sprinkled them through the house at the very end when she, like, set off an explosion at Burke's house. Where she burns down his house,
yes,
and framed Norma for that.
That's right. Yep.
So she did chop up Norma and just left a couple pieces that would be able to put it all on her. It all made sense. Oh.
I mean, but really, she had to be so crazy to, like, think about one murder to go to the next, but let me think about how I'm going to frame somebody. It was nuts. But yes, you're right. If you are not into the gruesome killing, like, this is not for you. It's not scary.
Please
not
don't
scary
think
at all.
less of me for suggesting this book or enjoying this book.
Well, I mean, we've understood that I like some scary, really gruesome books. So, yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to pick a book that maybe has a little less. I don't know. I don't know what we're reading next. Hopefully it's not some grandma with a claw hammer coming after people, because that's not everybody's cup of tea. Chamomile or peppermint.
All right, on that note, keep reading.
Keep ranting.
And remember, you're so approachable. Okay, the episode is over. If you enjoyed it, could you give us a thumbs up or leave a review?
It goes a long way toward helping us grow and meet new people like you.
Subscribe to get notified when the next episode drops.
You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook to see what we're reading next, recommend new books, and join the conversation.
We're so excited to have you on board. I love that you put one word as your 3 words.
Yes, there was no need for any more.